She's gonna crash, and when
True.
she crashes, she's gonna crash hard, not have anyone around her because she's taken this and she's now thinking that she's a superstar.
Yes, Casey was brave enough to go and stand and actually,
Yeah.
lay everything out for everybody to know. These are things that not only are they happening in America, but they're happening everywhere else. And now I'm tapping into violence.
Everyone must just be careful. And this goes to our influencers as well, because those are the people that hang out a lot with celebrities thinking that they're going to be elevated. Holla, holla, holla. What's good? What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Boys and girls, we are back with another exciting episode. And this is the best podcast in South Africa. We call it Dot Trends Podcast. Big shout out. Well, my name is Real Makivano. They call me Abuti Wama 2K. Jing and Joyelo. It's going to be a jam-packed one because the superstars are ready to rock and roll and looking absolutely stunning. Introduce yourselves.
Yo, what's up? What's good, people? This is the guy, one and only boy, Denisha, the Levitator with the triple F for fresh flies, but it's fashionable. I was told to tone it down today. So Gustavo is back in the Heezy Manizi. Let's get this.
It's show.
Sure, didn't I? What's good? What's happening, people? Welcome to the Dot Trends Kitchen with the chef. I am here with my sous chefs, right? So today we do have a jam-packed episode for you. Just sit there, get hooked. So, Gift, what do you have for us today? Let's have a
lot, but we're gonna start here.
Yeah, we do have a lot today. First of all, let me just say this. It's a question for everybody who's here. What is your most embarrassing moment?
I don't have one. I'm a
Yeah,
perfect
boy.
human being.
The most embarrassing moment.
Yeah.
Damn. Go first.
All right.
But
My
I'll think
most
of one.
embarrassing moment was on the last episode where you two, including the producer, just let me go and screen with my ghetto-ass eyebrows. Like, oh, so now everybody's quiet. Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
Okay, look. Yeah, no, nothing wrong. Nothing
No,
wrong.
let me tell you. Let me tell you. What you guys saw on screen is not what we saw.
I was about to say that.
Like you look so good, man. Like you looked good. Like you really looked good.
So are we blaming Sun Studios for how I appeared on screen?
No.
Is that what
Like
I'm doing?
literally, that's how I saw it as well. In
You look
person,
so
you were
good.
dope. You were stunning.
So the problem is the camera.
Yeah, the problem was on the
I
camera.
think maybe we need to do something to the cameras. Maybe wipe them, like easy Photoshop thing for videos.
But for the fact that we appeared good, the problem can't be the camera.
So you guys don't care
It's true.
about me, you
It's
care about
true.
Not that
yourselves.
we don't care. Not that I looked at the shots and I was like, Assam.
Maralaiti King, Kibuile, this is my redemption. I had to make sure that today get a tatamala in all angles. So let's get the show on the road with actual icebreakers. The first one is, if you had 24 hours to break one rule without any consequences, what would you do?
I would rob the bank. Yeah, I would rob the bank.
What would you do?
I think I'm gonna lean towards that because money is the only thing that drives the world. Because I'm trying to think, what would I do? Majolo overrated. What would I do? I'd rob the bank too.
You drop the bank.
Yeah.
Let's see the question. If you had 24 hours to break one rule without any consequence, what would it be? Okay, I think this one is like, it's legal, but for me, it's not going to be legal because of the people that surround me and are around me. But I'd become a stripper for a day.
Of course.
I would legitimately become a stripper for a day. I don't know how many times I've thought about it, dreamt about it, and just kept on going about it. I would want to strip.
Let's organize for you.
Just one night. No, like,
Let's organize for you, then we come talk about it here. How's that?
I'm sorry, you said come.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
sure.
gather my train of thoughts. But it was a wise woman who once said, one night only. That's all we got.
But let's organize.
It's how you said it for me, one night only.
Let's organize. Let's
Okay,
organize.
okay, yeah.
You know one thing about it this year, right? I want us to do the wildest things that we've always wanted to do, but we never did them, obviously, because we were fearing that people might judge us and all that. So let's go for that.
Do you ever fear that people would judge you for doing anything?
I think personally for me,
No.
I don't give a damn about
really
what other
don't.
people will say or think. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have a problem with it now, today, because I did it. But tomorrow and the day after, something else is going to happen and then you're going to shift. So when you shift your thoughts to something else, it doesn't benefit me in any way. So rather do what makes me happy now. And then
Yeah, I also don't give a shit about what people say, especially where I am right now mentally. Oh my gosh. I always say this decade, I want to be so liberated. I want to do anything and everything that I've always wanted to do, whether batobaring, I don't give a shit. So this year is the year. So should we organize?
You've actually started.
Actually,
You know, in as much as I
from
kept
last
on,
week, yeah.
yeah, in as much as everybody keeps on saying, yeah, the revenge diaries that we see on TikTok, some of them are, you know, fabricated and whatever. Yours was not fabricated, brother.
Nah.
That was a
The
diary
real
and a
deal.
half.
We saw it happen.
Mine had newts.
Yeah.
And number phones. Everything was just there. Anywho, next one. Who in this room do you think would be the worst person to share a secret with?
Not in this room.
I'm not in this room.
Yeah, but then
Not
it
in this
says
room.
in this room. So you
Oh,
have to
in
pick
this
somebody.
room. Okay, right. You know so many
Secret.
secrets and you've never shared one.
Ding.
So not in this room, honestly speaking.
But you have to pick one person.
Producer will never do that as well.
You just have to pick one person. You don't even try and rationalize it. If a chance was there, who would it be? Just one chance. Just one.
I'll go for you and I'll tell you why.
You or you.
You
And I'll tell you
and
why.
only-
I'll tell you why.
How did we move from I know a lot of secrets and I've never... Wow.
I'll tell you why. Hence I said, let me explain.
Okay.
Chances are, even if you wouldn't share them widely, but chances are you'd share them with the producer.
Oh,
So I'll
wow.
choose you for that.
Okay, Klezi, take it.
You're not in this room, eh?
It has to be one person.
Choose, mom.
I'm in a tight spot, guys.
Make it tighter if you have to. But it still needs to have something.
Sure.
Can I pick the cameraman? Because I don't know him like that.
Shots fired.
Who would you choose?
The cameraman, because I don't
Without
know him
flinching, I
like
would
that.
choose you.
Would I share you?
Anybody and everybody who's wondering why, just go to his TikTok. You'll get all the answers that you need. That's what I
What do you
can say.
mean?
I went, kakarata, blind mouth, but hey,
What do? I overshare.
olele me.
Here's the thing.
Umenwana happy. So ish, combine the two is just ish. I'm trying, like in as much as I can
You
think of reasons to
confirmed it
defend
last
you.
week. You actually confirmed it last week. You're not lame. So you practice the feel.
Okay, last one. Again, it's gonna be about somebody in the room.
Oh my lord.
Who in this room would you want to be stuck with and why? In an elevator, sorry. Who in this room would you want to be stuck in an elevator with and why?
Pick me,
Yeah.
my
Go
baby.
Sure.
Oh, come on, that was easy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, fine. Fine.
I'll choose the
give you that.
producer.
Why?
He's calm. He has a very calm aura. So I don't think he would panic. I gotta relax, someone lifting up until we get help. What about you?
Do you panic?
Do I what?
Do you panic?
Oh no, I don't panic.
What about you?
I
Who?
want to have like a guluva.
I think besides the fact that my baby's here, I'd pick you.
Why?
We'd have so much fun, man. I think we'd make fun of the situation and be laughing there and be like, we're stuck in the lift.
What's next?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I'd even have a bottle of wine.
Of course.
Unprepared as I would be.
I get it, we'd be walking towards.
Yeah, no.
What
Same.
about you?
I would go with Lizzie as well.
We'd
Okay.
have fun.
Okay.
man.
Mainly because I'll come out of that elevator knowing how to sing. That's all I care about.
So
For
you're
me.
basically gonna use her.
Yes.
That's what tough situations are about, though.
You know.
Like if you're in a tough situation, you make sure that you pick the people that will make it easier for you.
And you also think of the situations that are going to benefit you in the long run. You get. So obviously, I'd want you to teach me how to sing because as soon as I get out of that elevator, we'll have another Tyler in the mix.
Woo. Tyler, we're coming for you.
Yeah, sure. Are you guys not scared though? Are we done with it?
Yeah. I'm not claustrophobic, so that's why being stuck in an elevator is not gonna freak me out as much. The only thing that will freak me out is if I'm stuck in a glass elevator and I'm like all the way to the top and I can see the bottom. I mean, don't get me wrong,
Well, now you panic.
feel at the bottom, but
Yeah, no, don't.
it's already heights. But in terms of small spaces, I can be in a cave and not feel like, oh my god, something is gonna happen. Nah.
I panic. I
No,
think
I
of the
panic.
future.
I've been
I
stuck
panic.
before. I've been stuck before twice, so I don't think I'll panic.
At
first time when
at
you got
that
stuck, what
company,
happened?
Damn. Yeah, it took me by a shock because obviously I was high on that day. So it was a thing of Kadla. I'm like, oh my.
Didn't you think that you were thinking that it's stuck? Not that it's actually stuck.
Because it could be possible.
Yeah, it was scary the second time it happened at work. Ever since then,
Which work?
current.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Magaladi Witch. Next really one.
What do you mean? I'm a busy man.
Busy bee.
Like I'm a busy man. What do you mean?
Speaking of busy people, let's talk about Naledi.
Oh, she's too busy, that one.
Unfortunately, we're back here again talking about her. And
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let's take it.
I don't want to speak about that child. I can say child because I'm older than her.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak about that child because I feel like with where she is right now, mindset wise, hey, she's gonna crash. She's gonna crash, and when
True.
she crashes, she's gonna crash hard, not have anyone around her because she's taken this and she's now thinking that she's a superstar. Okay, well, she's not thinking she's a superstar. I retract my words. She is a superstar, right? But now you need to know how to treat fame because fame will treat you, right? We have a lot of people that were once the biggest stars, right? And where are they now?
I was about to say, we keep on asking ourselves the famous question, where are they now?
And now she's gonna get to a point where, and she's still young. The worst part about this industry is that you can eat until you old, right? Like your Asama Foka did. But
Absolutely.
you need to know how to treat the industry. And if you do not have the correct guide, trust you me. This girl, I saw one comment saying that she won't last 10 years. I think 5 years is going to be enough for her if she keeps on treating people like this. Like it's too much, man. She's getting. I want to yay high.
That's what I've been saying. Like her attitude is just something else, honestly speaking. And look, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being yourself, wanting to share a bit of a personality. But then sometimes, especially when coming to fans, that's the most, trickiest part of being an artist because those are the people that make you. And we've had this conversation over and over again. So for me, when I constantly see, all these comments, and I remember when we spoke about her, there were comments flying on social media, not that I give a shit. Something along the lines of, we were jealous or something. And I'm like, no, you need to take care of your people because those are the people that are taking care of you. So if you're going to be acting the way you are acting, and by the way, currently she's going through a breakup.
With Mawelele.
Yeah, Mawelele.
Really?
Currently going through a breakup. There was a very short relationship. They both musicians, by the way. At some point that they collaborated and they won a Metro FM award. Now she's crying in the streets. Because
She's crying.
and the boy is posting with other girls. It's
Good
just
for
a crazy.
her. Good for her.
It was a very, very wise woman who said this in season 1 of The Real Housewives of Durban, that you don't know the color of tomorrow.
You really don't.
Yeah, you don't.
It could be Saza, it could be orange, but at the same time, if you don't know what you're doing, hey, utlotsa kgolelata.
And then this girl because then now I feel like also right because this guy's a musician and if you're dating each other as musicians, your brands collaborate without having a formal signature on it.
Yeah.
That Naledi is Mawelele, Mawelele is Naledi. So whatever that she does will be imprinted on his image and his brand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to like let go of certain things so that your brand grows as an individual and not have other people's brands tint your brand. I don't know if this is what's happening or Vele Naledi is just and Mawelele was just like, no.
That it is just the what? What is that? What is that?
It's ellipses. You will finish it yourself. I don't know.
And that's also my challenge, right, with superstars that are popping on social media. And here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
In an era that we are, and you can be famous anytime, right, due to social media, but they lack a proper media training because they just do as they please. Like, literally, whenever obviously want to get into the entertainment industry, you know, I don't want to say there are certain standards that you need to maintain, but you need to know that you're tapping into a public space.
Well, there are standards that you need to maintain.
And with that, what I can say is before anything else, once you enter in the entertainment industry, you need to recognize and know the fact that you are a brand. You know, it doesn't have to take a lot of people to know you for you to call yourself a brand. Even you at home, you are a brand because of how you carry yourself. So that is the first thing, the way with the Twaranga thing, you know. And fame is one thing, it will get to your head. I'm not going to lie about that. Nobody doesn't want to be known by other people. I mean, once you get famous, people see you and then you feel seen, recognized and all of that. But in everything that's happening, let's go back to your brand. Who are you as Naledi and who is Naledi in the industry?
How old
Can
is
we
she?
differentiate between the two?
Has she reached 25 yet?
No, very
Her
far.
frontal lobe has not developed. So I understand why she's acting that way. But in like for real.
I think
for
she's
real.
20 if I'm not
For
mistaken.
real,
Yo,
for real.
neurosurgeon, you are getting me.
Well, I really do feel that she's still young.
Yeah.
She just needs proper guidance. She's acting her age, which a lot of people don't understand.
I wouldn't say she's acting her age because people her age are acting far much better.
Like your Tyler's. But look at this. Tyler is a brand and is an international brand, right?
But she started as a
And-
local brand.
But my thing is, remember that here we're speaking of someone who is from rural KZN, someone who has never seen money, someone who has never lived around people with money. And now I am this person. Now I'm big, right? I'm from a very small town and I am big. Versus Tyler, I'm from Joburg. I've seen this. I've lived this. I know. I've lived around such, right? So I think the socio-economical status for each artist really makes you the brand that you are at the end of the day. So one might need more training than the other because they come from a smaller space and a smaller area. So I think with her, the thing is that she comes from rural South Africa, KZN, where she's never seen this, right? And she wouldn't know how to treat it if she's not trained properly. I get the fact that you're saying that other people are taking it and they know how to treat it. Tyler has international brands behind her and obviously like the best of the best that will tell her, don't do this, don't do that. This is how you do it. And people saw that she's going to be big. Right? And versus a Naledi who is making moves just locally, right? She's not there yet. Yes, she made a song with Chris Brown, but it wasn't a song, it was just a line. So nobody knows her like that for them to be like, we behind you, girl.
And Ogupilo Chris Brown, currently in jail, was arrested in the UK. So
That was something that happened years ago, right?
yeah, a couple of years
20,
ago.
2011.
Yeah. In a club, Ashaya Mutukal Botlolo. So he had a show like he had in South Africa, I think, which I don't even think it happened according to the article that I read, because immediately when he landed in the UK, bam, got arrested.
So meaning nente bamuquphile.
Yeah.
But let's go back to Naledi, right? We're still on the part of the brand. And I'm saying this because I want to take it back to another thing that she said. So as a brand, you put yourself, it's an image, right? This is
Correct.
how people are going to perceive you. And you get to control that,
Yeah.
fortunately. Right now, a lot of people know about her because of the headlines that she's making. And the headlines are not good. you know?
True.
They're not good. Sure, I get that relevance is somewhat needed, but not in this way. Because
No.
in as much as you're a brand builds a portfolio. And building your portfolio means you're going to work with industry giants, people who have seen it, who've been around, who can actually give you the leeway to know exactly what you are supposed to be doing. But
That's
then
my
again,
problem
it
there,
goes
but-
to what she said when she said, I'm not here to rebuild people's careers. You're not rebuilding. You need to think. You need to be smart. Right now, I kind of feel like we just have her because she got her fame with Chris Brown, but now you're in the industry. You said you
Who
wanted to
got
be
you
there.
where you are? Like, my thing is with her, she was, I'm sorry to use this word, it's very derogatory, it's wrong, right? But she was a nobody. Like, nobody knew her. Somebody didn't know her somewhere. But Chris Brown gave her that chance with that one liner. And now you're this big thing, right? If you are going to come here and tell people that you're not here to rebuild, what are you? Oh, she didn't say rebuild. Actually, she used a more
Revive.
revive.
Yeah.
I'm not
She
here
said
to
she's
revive.
not here
so
to
meaning
revive.
that
Resuscitation.
meaning that their careers are dead. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can't be using such words and then thinking that it's gonna get you where you want to be. No, my girl.
Doesn't work like that.
Look at what Young Sana is doing with this damn girl. What's her name? Matandos.
Yeah.
Right? Look at who, like, people are just coming. People are just coming to she doesn't have that much. Like, that girl just says damn girl. That's it. It's not like she knows how to sing
She looks good
or
now. I saw a video that she posted yesterday with inches. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. That, like, don't do that. Like, don't like, she annoys me so much. It's like now because she annoys me so much. Naledi.
Like,
What
Tsena
the
Motele.
hell? Tsena Motele, what
But
the hell?
my challenge also is that she is surrounded by artists that have been, in the industry for like
That's
forever,
totally
like your CC. Why is CC not, obviously being a big sister?
what if one of
Hey,
them?
Mara, wena, you don't know gore maybe you Ubu Allen, and then she's like,
Yeah, because sometimes not
No, never.
And they're like, okay, listen, this is what's happening. All she just needs to know is that sit down wherever you are, think about exactly why you want to do what you're doing, and if this is the reason why you want to do it, kudos. We're done with this.
well
Let's move
done,
on to
Matthew.
something else.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. What do you guys want to talk about?
Let's talk about. Let's talk.
Let's talk about baby.
What do you guys want to talk about?
When? About the work, let's have.
Okay, go better the biggest case that's happening worldwide.
Yeah, Diddy. Yeah. Oh, so you were right by saying let's talk about baby.
No, I was gonna say let's talk about frosters, but let's.
Yay!
Not
we
that
coming
one.
there.
We're coming back to
Hey,
that
we
one.
coming there. Diddy, guys. Woof. Here's the thing about fame and power, right? Fame can either make or break you.
Correct.
And the reason why I'm saying this, it is because obviously we're tapping into Diddy's case, a very big case in the world at this point in time, mainly because there's human trafficking involved. There's sexual assaults involved.
A lot of it.
A lot of them, actually, from the girls, obviously, over the years that were
Not only
invited.
the girls, including boys.
Including boys as well. Apparently, he's
men.
bi.
Talking
Not
about
just
being a
boys.
jack of all trades.
Apparently, he's bi. So, I would say spicy or
No, I
sassy.
mean, if it's girls and boys,
Does anything shock you? Like right now. So if you were to hear something new about this story, would you be shocked? I don't think anything would shock me. Like, I think I've heard enough about this case that saying right, like whatever that they say doesn't shock me anymore, because what else could shock me? I mean, what the hell? What the hell is going on in America, guys? That you would have a show for babs. Come on. What is that? It's a party for babs. So the whole night, there's no demo.
okay. So
Imagine.
with the
There's
things that
no
I've seen, I
demo.
get it, and this is all alleged. The house has a tunnel, and obviously it's a big house. So I do
Yeah.
get it when you say it's a party, a shagging party. But then at the same time, we're talking about something that a lot of artists have put as part of their lyrics and tracks, i.e., Justin Bieber. There is a song that he released way back then, just after he released Baby with with Ludacris, where there was a line that said he was at a Diddy
out.
party.
Yeah.
You know, so these are things that people, especially artists who've been exposed to those things, have been trying to hint. But because obviously when you listen to a song is upbeat, tempo, we dancing, it's nice, we vibing to it. We're not really paying attention to what the lyrics actually mean or what they're about.
And the crazy thing about the whole entire case is that it's implicating a whole lot of American celebrities. A lot of them have been to Diddy parties, by the way. Your Jay-Z's of this world, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, the latest one that they were talking about as Kevin Hart as well. Apparently, he used to attend a lot of those parties. So, crazy.
All right, but the biggest thing to happen in all of this scandal and everything else is the person that is affected by it, and that is Casey.
Yeah.
Because she took this stand. Obviously, she did, talk about everything that has been happening, because obviously she and Diddy have been dating for years, right?
Yeah.
And obviously at that time, nobody cared to really think, oh, actually, where is Casey? She hasn't been releasing a lot of music lately, But now everybody's getting the holistic view of exactly what really happened. Because being with somebody where you get continuous STIs, I mean, it does get to a point. I mean, it even goes to, did I say UTI or STI?
STI.
UTI, sorry. It does get to a point where you take antibiotics, and then the antibiotics are going to get to a point where they're going to be resistant because you're using me too much.
True. True.
So, number one, she compromised her health for the relationship. Number two, a lot of violence happened there. Not just emotional, I'm talking about physical. Things that happened where other people had to witness them, but they couldn't say anything. Why? Because of an NDA. Now, can we talk about the topic of NDA? Because I feel like NDA is now being used to violate people.
Correct.
People are going through a lot of things, traumas. Just because I signed an NDA, I can't talk about it. But what you did to me is wrong. So are we saying that an NDA, when it's being presented to you, now let's forget about the law and everything else that is supposed to be happening? Your rights. Let's forget about them because now you signed an NDA, which means everything that I say, it goes.
In the preparation of an NDA, who is involved in terms of artists? Like, who is involved in actually preparing that NDA? Because obviously, if it's an NDA to violate other people's rights, as a lawyer or as an attorney who's actually helping the artist to distribute these NDAs to people, you should see that actually this is not used for right reasons. So their integrity is also implicated here, because there's no way.
I mean, and
There's
lawyers
no-
involved.
yeah.
Integrity, what does that say about you?
What the hell? Are you saying it's okay for people to violate other people because they have money?
I think for me, what gets to me the most about the whole entire situation is that a whole lot of celebrities, right, over the years, because this has been happening for decades, used to attend those parties, so they knew exactly what was happening. Why, were they not talking about it?
Did they sign NDAs? Do you know if they signed NDAs to attend those parties?
But I mean, think about it. Why hasn't anybody said anything?
Exactly. So I'm thinking,
Because remember,
it's
with these parties that are happening, I'm sure somebody somehow has seen a tweet where they say there is an exclusive Hollywood party happening every year.
Why has
Phones
nobody
are not
said
allowed.
anything?
Yeah, phones
Okay,
are not allowed.
who actually burst the bubble to say no? Genoeg no.
I think it was a lot of the victims also that are not popular.
The victims
Okay.
came after Casey went. to
After
public
Casey.
say. So
Yeah, I think Casey was hurtful because she obviously had to do it for the longest time. Like, it started as a mutual agreement to say, we can bring in, let's have what, threesome vibes. And then it got to a point where it was a must.
but seriously, why me?
You could have said producer.
I get it.
I'm just giving a practical
I
example.
get it. I'm neat and petite, but why me?
Oh, not neat and petite.
I am.
Fresh, fly, and fashionable. Teenager, the liberated.
Then it became a force to say it's no longer a mutual agreement. Like, it has to happen all the time.
Yeah.
It literally has to happen all the time. Sometimes Diddy would be in another room watching on the screen. Sometimes he would participate, and sometimes he would actually tell them what to do, and all the whole. I mean, in all the saga. So she's the one who came forth to say, okay, 1, 2, 3, I don't like it, and then other victims as well.
The thing of 10 bottles of baby oil, and if there was no baby oil, the freak out parties would not happen.
And what was the obsession, Vele?
What was the obsession about the baby oil?
Okay.
Unless if you are sodomizing people, because there's no way.
So am I wrong for going to, a shop and buy baby oil?
No.
Just asking.
Casey says those parties would not happen if there was no baby oil.
No baby oil. But I think they did say that they found how many bottles of
Over
baby
1,000.
oil?
When they
And-
raided his house for the
Yeah.
first time, yeah.
Because then I think what people are speculating is that they were laced with something, right? They were not just like baby
Your
oil.
ordinary-
They had something in them, that hence the obsession. I'm just like, what the hell? Why don't you go to this damn lubricant? Like, what is this thing about baby oil?
I mean, if this is a fetish, then wow.
Wow.
But you needed to look
Wow.
shiny before.
Aye.
But what,
Oh, Maravele.
what happens to the bed? What happens to the
Yeah.
curtains?
Do you think
I mean-
he cares? This person is a multi-millionaire. He doesn't care about. He maybe bought bedding for those freak shows or whatever. Like what the hell is going on in America? But anyways,
America, it's a very wild place, and I don't know. Are we done with this? Because I still wanna tap into
Before
American
we
stuff.
can even conclude on it, this is what I actually got from this whole ordeal. We did see a lot of female and male artists coming to talk about how the parties were and. But then it doesn't take away from the fact that in as much as yes, Casey was brave enough to go and stand and actually
yeah,
lay everything out for everybody to know. These are things that not only are they happening in America, but they're happening everywhere else.
yeah,
And now I'm tapping into violence in any form or shape. People are being silenced for having feelings. People are being silenced for not liking an experience.
yeah,
Yeah. And this whole thing that is happening right now, I mean, it went as far as the people in America protesting, wearing T-shirts saying "Free Diddy," and they being paid for that.
$20.
Imagine.
So I don't know. Is this a way of saying, okay, let's shut people up and not entertain this situation? Because the situation, not only is it affecting Casey, not only is it affecting the victims, but even people outside who are now realizing that actually, I've been going through ABC and I didn't see anything wrong with it. Does it mean it is that? And there are other people who are like, I've been going through ABC, but I can't say anything. How do I get myself out of that trapped hole that I'm in?
And really, a lot of people need to be careful, right? I love the fact that you said it's not only happening in America, where there's people with popularity
And power.
I want to put it out there. Everyone must just be careful. And this goes to our influencers as well, because those are the people that hang out a lot with celebrities thinking that they're going to be elevated. Where there's money and power, people need to be careful, honestly speaking.
I don't think that's possible. But yeah, I hear you.
In South Africa, I can tell you about a whole lot of celebrities that has also wanted me
But
to
the
go
celebrity
with
that
them.
you just spoke about now, are they a part of that
No,
list?
no, they're not. They're not. I'm just giving you a practical example that Dallas used to do a whole lot of parties like that.
Not the list.
What do you mean?
I mean, so easy.
And so music as well used to do a whole lot of parties like that. Allegedly, guys. Allegedly.
Anyway,
No, guys. I cannot. What do you mean?
ke emetse lo re fetse show ke nyaka go clapa ko ntle.
No, but you guys can be
Gifty.
overprotective like that.
No, it's not even a
I
matter
was
of being.
invited, guys.
Oh, you were invited. Okay, no,
Hence, I said allegedly. Chances are they might be.
So when
happening.
the person invited you, they said, "Let's go to a music freak show." Or
No, it was let's go chill. But then obviously I had to ask questions. He told me that, and I was like, nope, I'm not going there.
good.
you should have went so that at least we're speaking facts.
No.
Anyway,
I'd rather speculate on that one.
last story, a real one.
when I know not worry with .trends, the real .trends Magivano. Let's get in it.
Yeah,
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So people need to be careful around people that has money and power because It's crazy stuff. It happens. I've also had a lot of celebrities as well in party spaces, inviting me to after parties as well. So it's a no. It's a no. Where there's money, power, fame, please play far if
But
you want to be
sometimes
protected.
you don't have to play far because not everyone has that kind of a mindset. It really just depends on the person that you are and what you are after.
Good point,
Right.
because I was also invited by ugly people. If there were,
Oh, wrong yang.
maybe I could have.
Oh, wrong yang.
No one is ugly.
Give the higher Bible studies. And a higher awaya.
Bible study ke bona Sunday school
Sunday
salaya.
school. Awaya Sunday school.
people.
They tell you no one is ugly and
Thanks.
everyone is made in the image of God. But anyways, we're not silhouette. Nekibuaka. Oh, we're namara. Give the 1 minute.
Okay, but quickly, just quickly. Yeah, I do hear money, power, and fame. It's not only those people. Even people that don't have money, don't have the fame. somewhat do have the power.
Those are abusive because they match at the world.
Exactly. Like a lot of adults who are now adults, like I said, adults have stories to tell about when they were still kids. That time there was no money, fame, and power involved. It was just people that were supposed to take care of them.
Yeah.
And what I want to say to everybody is that yes, you may be the victim of the situation, but school everybody around you, especially if you are a parent. Raise your kids to be assertive in the sense that
Correct.
should something happen that they don't know and they've never been taught that thing, teach them to talk to you about those things. Because we live in an age whereby people that we see on a daily, we can say they are good people, but behind closed doors,
You don't know.
it's like
You
you're
don't know.
meeting the devil himself.
You don't know.
So speak up for yourself. I mean, you may feel trapped, but there's nothing wrong with asking for help.
And I think this
Absolutely.
is a topic for another day with regards to parenting, right?
Yeah.
So I think one thing that we miss as parents is actually just making sure that you let your children know that self-esteem is a very big thing when you grow up, right? And it's a big thing in terms of if you're not sure of yourself, you'd fall into anything and everything that people throw at your face, as long as it includes money, it includes fame, it includes power, it includes all of those things, right? You need to know yourself and be grounded with your principles, your values, and your morals.
Yeah.
And if they do not align with that, no, I'm not going there. For example, right? I'm not bashing people who sell their bodies for sex, right? But if that's not aligned with who I am, I'm not gonna do it only because it brings me money. We were speaking about OnlyFans the last week, and people do OnlyFans so that they can pay tuition, they can And if my morals don't align with that, whether it can bring me $1 million a year, I would not do it only because of that. So it should also be extended to the people that you meet, the friends that you make, the people that influence you, your mentors and everything, that if it does not align with who you are, just don't do it.
It's not easy though.
Get it? That's why I'm saying that's one step as parents we miss. To teach your child to have a high self-esteem and believe in their morals and values and principles. It takes a ton of self-actualization as a person to say, this is not aligning with me. I'm not doing it. If it has money, power, and fame involved.
I do agree with you. Self-esteem, self-confidence, that's the one thing. Especially, I feel like this is something that, in as much as yes, parents need to talk about it, but I got to know about self-esteem and self-confidence at school. So I want to take it back to the school. Yeah, they do talk about the topic, but they're not diving deep into the topic.
They do not.
Let there be mini assessments about a scenario where you have to now be a person that has self-esteem and self-confidence and just act it out and see how you feel. Because I knew about self-esteem and self-confidence in primary school, high school, but I didn't know how to apply it. It was only when I was in varsity that I actually had to realize that, in as much as we have A and B, how do I then apply it to me to be the person that I am today? It's good to hear other people say, I love your confidence. You have so much confidence. I wish I could be like you. That is not a nice thing to say. For me, it's sad because if you don't have it, how are you going to start?
Correct.
How do you live your daily life? That is why now we have people looking up to other people on social media. It doesn't have to be a celebrity, but just looking at somebody and just wishing you were there. Meanwhile, you don't have to wish you were there. You can actually make something for yourself that will make another person wish they were there with you. You know, so it is very important. But like you said, a topic for another day. Money, power, and fame.
Crazy
What else
stuff.
do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Elon Musk. Hey, before we even talk about Elon Musk, you mentioned OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
There's a porn star from America who's in South Africa. Ufetsa batho ba rona, guys. Yeah.
Raim.
I forgot the name, but yeah. What top?
Daddy who? Is
Kid
it
Daddy.
Daddy?
Yeah, it's Diddy. Hey, ufetsa batho ba rona, Joe.
But Sparrow isn't like South Africans.
Oh,
Yes.
I think
So-
I got
Diddy Black.
Yeah.
Damn.
in.
For sure, I saw 4 or 5 videos with South African amateur porn stars. Hey, wabafetsa batho ba
Oh,
rena.
ba fetsa ka eng?
What about Feta or about
5
collaborate?
already. Ba collaborate.
Yeah, so I'm a Feta. But kids don't collaborate. They knew what they
No,
were getting
wait. Oh,
themselves
I fetsa
into.
ka no, wait. I'm trying to understand what I'm saying.
Gifty, but what Feta like an objective thing?
Yeah.
Key object.
Like,
Key
what
5
object.
already. I was counting. I was like, I know this face.
From Gift's voice, I can Abatung King. Who does Abatung? Like Gift is hurt. Like mad
Are you
hurt.
hurt?
Okay, get around.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Overtook.
I'm trying to understand, right? So out of our feta, ah, that's what I'm trying to find out.
But okay, that ain't that.
What do you guys want to talk about? Oh.
Karabo ke kopa handle ya Daddy Black ngare tshwantse re be le conversation there mo dot friends
Re tlo bua ka things like next week.
hore nje gift aka mmotsa no
There's
rawa
no way.
social media mabu
Ole ndile ntate ola guys.
wa sinya no
Naledi.
Ole ndile wa fetsa batho ba rona guys. Yo, I fetsa batho ba rona.
Ndile.
Ole ndile. Ha. Even people that were not doing OnlyFans.
Hey.
There's someone that I know, right? Wasn't on OnlyFans. Otomile ka this guy.
Banna.
ngare bramendo ifitlile ka di
Daddy fitlile.
Hey.
You were speaking about Elon Musk. Yes.
Yeah, do you guys want to talk about that?
yeah
Damn, what a scary time. I don't know if you remember. I said, are you guys not scared? But we had a different conversation earlier on because this is what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Because the narrative that they are pushing is dangerous. This is Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
let's go.
They're not powerful.
Do you reckon?
Yes.
Why?
I'll tell you why. If Donald Trump was a powerful man, right? Let's take the president of North Korea. Who speaks about that guy? Do you ever hear anyone speaking about that guy or trolling that guy or say anything bad about that guy?
Yeah.
Does he do bad things? Yeah. So do you
He does. I
understand?
hear that he's a
He is
dictator.
a tyrant of note, right?
Every time I'm sorry you said Tyrone and I thought of Beyonce. I promise I'm not
He's
that
a
guy.
tyrant of note, right?
Yeah.
But nobody speaks about him. That is power. That is being powerful. Donald Trump is not. People speak about Donald Trump. People troll him. People treat him as a joke. He's just a loudmouth that has money and knows how to use the money to control people, right? And I mean, where does he get off? Speaking of how we are supposed to run our country, who do you think you are to tell us what to do? Like, where do you feature in all of this to tell people, no, do this, do that? Did we do it?
No.
And do you think that if he was powerful, we would not say, hey, guys, Donald Trump has spoken? He's not
But then
powerful.
again-
He's not feared. He's just a loudmouth with money. And now, because it's like, I'll take it to work, right? You do have those managers that are actually in high places. No, absolutely nothing. Absolutely. Just because the person is in a place of power, you are then forced to, but when that person walks in, nobody respects them. Nobody cares about them. It's just that you're in a place of power. And I have to respect you because of that. I think that's what's happening with Donald Trump. He's just in a place of power, in a powerful country, first world, as they say. But
Not
like,
even first world, if you be
whatever
honest.
America
is the
is.
worst.
Salayo, this is America.
And the way in which they pushing this narrative. Did you guys see Grok was also trending?
Who?
Grok. So
Yeah.
Grok, it's an AI tool developed by Elon Musk,
Musk.
obviously.
Correct.
So he has been using it. So they had to teach it there and there to say, look, you can ask that tool anything. It's still going to include the fact that there's genocide happening in South Africa. You could be asking about the weather. After answering you, it's also going to tap into genocide.
Remember, we
in
still
South Africa.
have South African residents who are now migrating to America, you know, and Ramaphosa also released, I think, a statement. And then
Do you know what they said? Sorry.
Yeah.
The Afrikaners that went to America. Because Donald Trump had said white people from South Africa must come to America.
yeah, because Rabatswenya.
They said
But that can be problem,
they took
man.
all the
Kailangan mo siya pa
cagans. They took all the cagans sa mabur.
I saw that. And obviously they were expecting farmers. There's no way that a farmer would leave.
What are you gonna farm?
Farmer
Because
wants
even
a
in
waff.
Tennessee, right, or Texas, it's not as rich as South Africa is. What are you gonna make there? Like even the homesteads that side, they're not even as enticing as South Africa. Like here, we can grow a whole lot of things, a whole lot of crop, and we making more money than any farmer in America. If I'm a smart person who knows business, I would not go to America to go be a farmer there.
Also, what confuses me is that do they really, really think there's genocide in South Africa?
They really do. Elon Musk had a dad who had a farm, who had a mine here in South Africa, and obviously because that mine is his dad's, and he doesn't want, like, it's just, it's a whole lot of shit that is going on here about the fact that this was happening in apartheid, right? About with regards to black people, and it was not as shallow as what this is. This is just people speaking, saying kill the what? Who has been killed, guys?
We're speaking words compared
that's what-
to apartheid.
actions. You saw it happen, apartheid, right? And now you get Julius Malema, who is really pro working class, right? And he's just saying, bring back the land. That's it. And he has said that, yes, people have been killed, but were they killed because of this movement? No. Farmers who were
general issue
killed
that
were
we're having in the
people who
country.
were just killed because then I was coming to your house, I want your money, I want everything that you have. Like, that is wood, robbers wood, right? You kill anyone that you get there. It's not because of its genocide.
I mean, there is a song, maybe that is why they're saying genocide. Kill the Boer. That's all.
Is it happening? Even after that movement, how many Boers did you see die in versus apartheid South Africa?
And I just
How
want to
many
take
black people do you see die? That's a genocide.
let's take it to the holidays that we have as the Republic of South Africa.
Yeah,
That should just give you an answer.
It should.
To all the questions that you have.
True.
and for you to call something a genocide, a certain number of people must be killed in masses for you to call it a genocide. You can't call it a genocide just because 10 people died. Oh, sorry, it's a genocide. I'm so sorry. We're killing you guys. But there's no fucking way you're going to say it's a genocide when there aren't thousands of people dying. How many birds can you count that have died for you to call it a genocide? Like, for you to use that word, it really has to be a movement where people are dying for a cause, one, or they are just being killed because there are certain, they are being discriminated against, like the Jews, right? The Jews, they call it, the Jews.
Jews, yes.
They were killed for being Jews. So are you saying that we're killing you because you're a Boer? There was a genocide. Apartheid was a genocide because black people were killed because they were black. So
Continue.
no, they must just shut the fuck up. That's all.
I think I wanted to say, I think the West in general didn't see Africa for what it is coming now. Because if you look at everyone from post-apartheid, obviously we are educated, we have, voices, we can stand up for ourselves. So I don't think, they saw this coming. Even France is saying that bluntly because France has also been in Burkina Faso's case for the longest time. And that president, by the way, he's holding them by balls. He's showing them flames. So I think that they didn't really see all this transformation. We are the powerful people now. We are the powerful people, and they just can't stomach it.
Worst part, who's that president that's making moves now? The young president. Something.
Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah. Him. He is the epitome of what Trump and everyone else doesn't want to see black presidents or black countries be, right? And now that this is happening, Trump even said that they are making Africa seem like a great place, and they are going to now leave America to come to Africa for better opportunities. That just shows how scared Trump is for this movement. Because how do you say that as a president? You see where this is going. Clearly, you see where this is going, because most people will go to America to find greener pastures. Trump is saying, now that this person is doing this, he's making it seem like at some point it's going to be a world of milk and honey. Now people from America are going to migrate to Africa to find greener pastures. Yes, they are, because now we are being liberated.
Come on. You want to tell me that Africa is not the land of milk and honey?
It is.
Let's take mining, for instance. The Africa diamond. Where was it retrieved?
Minerals in general.
Come on. Like,
all the minerals that you can possibly think about. Hence, I'm saying they didn't see this coming. They didn't see this
coming.
And
it's switching shame. Give this movement 10 years and let people... I wonder if in South Africa they can remove all the old age that is in that parliament.
I'm with you on that one.
I am telling you now. Another guy just made a joke by saying, I'm not old enough to be in the ANC Youth League. And that time he's 35.
Imagine. Supposed to be youth.
So you can imagine what is going on. If they can just remove, and this is something that is far-fetched because we know what's happening, right? And if we get that one person like a Julius Malema was supposed to be one of those people that changed the whole narrative of what a youth league is supposed to be.
But he's changing it. The forces are that he has in his party.
Really?
Woo, is it Sihle? Yeah, Sihle. There's a guy who, when he speaks in parliament, he's from the EFF. Woo, power. He recently exposed ANC right now because they kind of, I think it's Gwere Mantashe's son was part of the Department of Higher Education. And they were like, nope, nepotism. Then the president came through to say, you know what, the hiring process has to be redone again. So Sihle, woo, power.
I think, with politics, man, it's a very difficult one, that one.
Is it difficult?
The thing is, with politics, the reason why there are politics is for people to speak, for people to have opinions, for people to, and most things won't change. Hence the topic is called politics, because it will never change, right? What is put there? How many years has South Africa been like this? Let's just be honest.
So many years.
Exactly. And if it really could change, it would need a certain force that is, I don't know, humongous. I don't know from where. We need prayers for now. But I'm just saying that for it to be where it is right now, it was brewed. I mean, from apartheid government to where we are right now, it's a big switch up. It's a whole different ball game. And now, for us to go back to where there's order, there's, even those people ate. I think the apartheid government ate, man. But they made sure that everything is in order first before they ate. Do you know Elias Mawelele Road in Soweto? That road was built apartheid times. It's still standing. And then there are roads that were built 5 years ago and they're breaking. So you can imagine that they did the right thing. It's just that in the right things that they were doing, there was a whole chunk of bad things that they were doing.
Selfishness.
I don't think the game Monopoly was invented for us, the kids to have fun with it. Monopoly is really there.
It's there.
The formula also includes corruption. And I'm going to say this. Politics are good. You know?
Yeah.
Ever since the EFF came in, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, the first time they were like, "Oh, it's chaos." Look at where we are now. It's chaos
Yeah.
because nobody likes to hear the facts. Nobody likes to hear the truth.
Yes.
When you're in power, it's easy for you to try and manipulate things. But now, when you have another person come in and be like, I understand you are in power, but what you're doing, scrap that out. That's not how we're gonna do things.
Crazy
It's
business.
like if you're in a household and your mom has favoritism, tell her that she has favoritism and see what's gonna happen. Exactly. So
Yeah,
that's really what's happening. That if you are that rebel in a family to call people out to say, first of all, you are shelling this one and you are the uncle and she's the, so obviously there's gonna be that thing that this one is a rebel. Let's get rid of her or let's shut her up. EFF is that child.
We're still talking corruption and fraud. And I think let's close the show in the right way.
In the right way, which one? The fraud.
Peace.
Oh, peace
Who
out.
doesn't have peace? Peace
doesn't have
I thought you
peace.
saying peace out isn't like we're
No,
done with the show, everybody.
peace doesn't
Tune
have
in again,
peace.
same time. Wow.
What's his name so that we can profile him well?
Peace.
Mapalu.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
something of that nature.
I know we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to take this moment to be like, producer, please get off your seat. Come sit here. I'm going to come join you on your seat.
So that producer can...
Producer has
Tell
something
us
to
what
say.
do you have to say about peace? Nothing. Okay.
But what's happening, guys? Because now for the longest time, right? And the reason why I'm super excited about talking specifically about the story, right?
Are you excited talking about the topic or are you excited talking about the person?
The person.
Oh.
I'll tell you why. One, he's been in a lot of popular spaces with popular people.
Rightfully so.
And the lifestyle as well was glitz and glamour. But then also a whole lot of people have been asking themselves, why is this boy, how is he affording all this lifestyle?
Isn't he in marketing?
For Can we say?
Yeah, we can. He was. But he's done a whole lot of things because at some point he was involved with Joy Celebration. At some point he was a salesperson selling cars, if I'm not mistaken. So he has tapped into a whole lot of stories. So that is why I'm trying to put together one and one to say, in everything that you've been doing over the years, where is all this money coming from? Because when are you always out and about?
He looks like a perfect fraudster. Have you seen him?
What?
He looks like he is a walking fraudster. You see him, they like wearing those short pants, the suit, nice fresh haircuts every time, light skinned.
And on
Yeah.
so the time is to shine now.
That's
so.
what I'm saying.
When
Even
Molomo meets Leleme. Get it.
so, no man. He looks like that guy. If that guy comes to me and tells me, I'm gonna say no immediately because he looks like he's a walking fraud.
Listen, if this was a fresh topic and I got to know about it now, maybe I'd have something to say to defend him. But I mean, he did my friend dirty, so absolutely not.
How? Producer?
No.
Producer,
I
I
said
no.
my friend, producer Chimegaliwa, and I have friends,
okay,
outside
okay.
of the
Producer.
No, I have friends.
Hey, what
I didn't say the producer.
Hey, talk about your
Yeah,
friend.
but he did my friend dirty. My friend wanted a car, and he said, "Yeah, come. I'm gonna help you."
Ooh.
But yeah.
What happened? Give us details, Pela.
Chimega ba mo ngetse tšhelete koloi le nno wa iyo.
Ah! When are they arresting Peace? Clearly he's a scammer because there was a situation with Thibaut Touch as well, right? Fraud allegations, blah, blah, where he said he wasn't paid. Then Thibaut Touch, lawyers to him, then he had to apologize on X and all that. So clearly he's a fraudster.
It's been
And
an
he
ex.
needs to be stopped.
There's that song. She's in first. What does it say?
She a runner, she a track star.
Oh, not fraudster. Okay.
Oh, yeah, man, I reached into the first time. Let's do this again, same time, same place, ladies and gents, boys and girls. This is how we wrap up today's show. We gave you nuggets and nuts for you to just chew on. So don't forget, we have the hashtag Road to 10K subscribers. The house is always fresh. The house is always hot. And the house will definitely be back again next week. We're out.
We are out.